Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Yona of the Dawn, chapter 225. When we last left our heroes, Hak had taken out Kura'u with a single slash of his glaive, which had Kaji feeling a certain kind of way due to his hatred of Kura'u but also opposition to Koka. The dragons arrived to sort of save Zeno and especially Hak from like a charging force. So the dragons then learned that Hak was alive in some good comic bits. But then, during Hitan, another general who we met before his fight with Kyoga, Hitan started to realize that his side was outmatched and called for a general retreat. And it seemed like everything was over, but Kaji still had the Senjutsu, so Hak raced after him. We don't quite know what happened there, what happened to Kaji in particular. We do know that Hak got the Senjutsu back, because the chapter ends with him dragging his near-dead body back to base camp, and instead of focusing on Yona, giving Suwon that Senjutsu. Also, as we get this little bit of continuing continuing Suwon's character arc throughout this little fight, of realizing that like the things that he discarded, Yona, the dragons, Hak, they're all the things that came to save him in the end. So yeah, all that's going on, but the fight's over for now, and Suwon has the Senjutsu, so if anything can save him, it's that. But with that said, let's dive right on in to chapter 225. We have a cover picture here of Shina surrounded by appropriately blue flowers. His eyes can see through the world, wishing that what will be reflected in them is a beautiful and gentle one. Chapter 225, Breathe Out. And we open with Minsu, who's standing over Suwon collapsed in his sickbed. Your Majesty, how do you feel? And we see Suwon is like coated in sweat, but he sits up and he takes a moment to think about himself. I think I feel a little bit better. Really? This is the infusion of the precious herb Mr. Yoon got for me, the one that Lord Hak so devotedly protected. It was almost wilted, but even so, amazing. It works. So yeah, it seems like maybe it's just a bit of bed rest made him feel a little better, but he's still kind of fucked. But it sort of seems like maybe Suwon will end up okay. And Suwon pauses for a moment, and then Minsu continues, please excuse me for asking, but there is no way it would completely dissolve the pain, right? And Suwon thinks, the crimson illness didn't disappear. And he looks over to that bloodied, sack that had the Senjutsu, and flashes back to Suwon providing it. At that instant, I forgot the pain. And Hak passes out right then, in the flashback, and Yona just sort of, still stunned at Hak's return. Hak? Hak! Hak! And someone calls Yona. It's Suwon comforting Yona here. He's still breathing. He is still alive. And Yona's sort of taken aback, just in utter shock that, she could ever be this lucky. And just then the dragons arrive, J-Hak calling, Yona dear, just now, Hak! And Yona looks at them, tears in her eyes. They know that she knows. Everyone, Hak has come back. He came back! And she just, finally lets all those tears flow as the dragons all rush to her. This nice little cheery moment that, maybe things can be okay. But Suwon feels Hak and thinks to himself, he's burning up. So he was alive. And then we come back to the present, I think, as Minsu tells Suwon, Lord Hak is, and that gets sort of Suwon's attention, he might say that Hak is dead, but Minsu says, still resting. He lost a lot of blood, and he is bedridden for the time being. And then we cut to the tent where Hak and all of the dragons are. The dragons are just hanging out. Zeno tells them, go to sleep, guys. You're also injured, just like the Nistra and all, especially you, Green Dragon. But J-Hak tells them, don't look at me like that. Look, I'm guzzling down all this soju myself. He's just drinking. He's having a time. And Kija brings up, that's right. Let us reflect upon the miracle that is Hak's return. And Zeno sort of focused on J-Ha now. So you're just going to keep drinking until the mister gets up, huh? And J-Ha tries to defend himself. With Yoon gone, you start to sound like the most decent one here, Zeno. You're noisy. But Kija looks over at Sheena. Sheena? Sheena, what's wrong? Ow? And we see with Sheena and Ow, their like eyes are like glowing like headlights. Sheena got drunk and lost control. Is that a thing that Sheena can do? He gets drunk and his eye powers get like even stronger? I don't know. But just then Yona comes in, hearing this noise. You guys? You're still awake. Or they were. But at that, all four of them have passed out. And she goes to like take the bottle of soju out of Jaeha's hands. Jaeha, you sleep with that bottle in your arms. You're going to spill everything. And Jaeha, who's still somewhat awake, comments, please overlook it, Yona dear. You can drink together with Hak once he gets better. But isn't the soju too good? I can't resist it. And Zeno, who's also awake, questions, Miss, what is the Mr. King's condition? And Yona comments, it seems it has improved a bit. So yeah, as Jaeha points out, then everything's good, isn't it? Like, it really does look things might just be okay for once in their lives. And we get a shot of Hak's sleeping face as Yona just smiles at the scene. And then we hear the rain fall, and Yona stepped outside now. It started raining? I have to do something or else the water will get in the tent. And she comes back in, and now everyone's really asleep. Though Kija in his sleep has lost control of his dragon hand. That's now sort of like scratching Jay. It's a good little bit there. And then Hak wakes up. And then we cut to Judo, who I think is like handing out sandbags to like stop water from getting in the tent. We've got sandbags here. Come and pick up what you want. And someone then says, I'll be taking this then, Judo. All right. Oh no, that was Yona. That might be Hak, who like already gotten up. And then Judo sort of looks around. The voice just now. And Gunte comes over. Hey, Judo, get your ass over here. He has his own bottle of soju. And Judo just snaps, what the hell got into you? Pour that away. And we see Yona's like carrying those sandbags in the rain. And someone brings an umbrella over her. And it's Lily's dad, Jungi. Princess Yona, what are you doing here? General Jungi. Since it started raining, I'm putting some sandbags around my friend's tent to keep the water out. And Jungi asked, on your own? Even though it would be perfectly reasonable if you ordered soldiers to do that task. But Yona tells him, it's okay. I have nothing else to do. But Jungi stops her, please, have some rest. Ramaru, put some sandbags around Princess Yona's tent. And we see, I don't know if we met Ramaru before, but some soldier of Jungi's, as you wish. And Yona tells him, thank you. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Take it as a thanks for everything you did for my daughter. Speaking of, where has Lily been? All arc. I miss her. It's been a while. Like, we haven't seen Lily, I don't think, since I started reviewing this series, like, 2 years ago. At least, if not longer. And Jungi leaves, sticking Yona with the umbrella. Now that he mentions it, I suppose Lily didn't come to the battlefield. I ended up with his umbrella. And there's like a flash of lightning, and Yona thinks to herself, I should head back. And lightning and thunder, and she sees a silhouette, which calls to mind a certain nickname. That man, he's wandering about all alone. I wonder where he's going. And the lightning flashes again. Yona sees who it is, shocking her. And it's Hak, just standing in the rain. He's woken up. And Yona calls, Hak, why are you here? You shouldn't be moving yet. And he's still there. He's still at Keen Province. The water. It's coming. Quick, the guy's in the village. The water? Is this about the rain? And yeah, he still doesn't realize that, like, I guess, he at one point was aware that the flood had already happened. But all the damage he took, and I guess since he's just woken up, he's in a sort of delirious state. The water? Is this about the rain? And Hak runs off. I have to tell Yoon. And Yona calls after him, Hak, what's wrong? And Hak, not realizing who she is, just says, run away, the water is... And Yona drops the umbrella and just grabs Hak from behind as they both get soaked by the rain. Hak! The sound of the water. The rumbling of the water won't stop. It's pitch black. I can't see anything. A big flood is on its way to strike us, so please, run! The fact that he keeps saying pitch black, he can't see anything. Did Hak's injuries blind him? Or is this like a sleepwalking thing? But Yona gets around to the point. Is he remembering the flood? If I don't hurry, I won't be able to save anyone again. And Yona tells him, Yoon is in the castle, and Jaeha and the others and me were all here. You protected the Senjutsu too. It's okay. It's okay now. You protected everyone, Hak. And she tries to get through to him, but those eyes don't look like they're seeing her. I protected them? Even Calgon and the others? And Yona nods. I see. So it's over. And we just have this Shah sound effect as the rain falls. The sound of the rain echoes. I have to make the sound of the rain in Hak's head go away. And she reaches up and covers his ears. And with that, Hak finally recognizes her. Princess. Yes. And he just leans down to hug her, and it's so fucking cute. It's so fucking adorable. Princess. To think that Hak, who's so strong, could tremble so much. And so they have that little moment there, and it's adorable. I fucking love this scene, in case that wasn't obvious. It's so good. It'll take a lot in these last 7 or 8 pages to make this scene not the highlight of the chapter. But we come to some shed. And Hak looks around. Or I think this is Yona, actually. It looks like a storage room. Let's use it to shelter from the rain. And she closes the door. I guess, the rain is not doing good for Hak's mental state, and a tent doesn't do much to block it out. Because Yona thinks, she closes the door behind her, I wonder if this place weakens the sound of the rain a little. But before she can do anything, Hak just clings to her. And it's still just as cute as it was a couple pages ago. It's still real good. And Yona turns around, Hak. And as she turns around, Hak kisses her. Oh, that's just the good shit. And they just sit there for a minute. Entwined with it's this good shit there. But Yona tries to pull away. Hak, wait. And Hak does pull away there. Is the one before me really the princess? It's not a dream, right? Hak. And as he I think this top panel here is Yona tries to go back to him, and he pulls away more. Am I still in the water? Am I still on the battlefield? My head is so dizzy. At that time, I thought, won't I be able to see her anymore? Am I alive? Am I dead? I don't know if I'm dreaming or not. And he gets over her now. So I don't know if I'm allowed to do something like this. And Yona just bonks him on the head. It's not allowed. They're going a little bit too fast for her noble sensibilities. It's pitch black and I can't see anything. Now I'm getting really lightheaded too. Yeah, I can imagine that. Everything is going so fast that I can't say anything. I'm sorry. And then they have she has a bit more of a serious moment now. It was painful when you weren't here. And yet now you're right in front of me and she can't say anything. And Hak seems to have fully woken up now. You? And then Hak kind of looks away. Me too. When I was thinking about you, it was painful, but when you're in front of me, and Yona looks at him, when I'm here? And they have this moment as they look at each other, fully, no longer in any kind of PTSD-addled state for Hak. They're just genuinely looking at each other. Oh, Hak stopped shaking. Was I able to drift away his sorrow just a little? And she then clings on to him. I want to protect him. And Hak questions, Princess, what are you doing? And she just doesn't say anything and thinks, I want to walk alongside him again. And Hak sort of thinks, so I guess at least that's allowed. And continues in issue 13, June 3rd. This shit was cute. This was some cute fucking shit here. I'm here for all of this. This is just a damn good HakYona chapter, which, after... How long ago was their separation? It was around the time I got real far behind and had to do a whole long catch-up series back in October. So from my standpoint, it's only been around 9 months. And, the actual, flood and all the danger there was even more recent than that. But, like, it's been a while since we've gotten to see them just be together. She's thought he was dead for a while. And it's good. Like, I think that's their first kiss. You know, they had the moment in the jail cell back in, I think, 201. But I don't think the 201 thing was a kiss. I think it was just, like, a hug, right? I'm gonna go see if I can skim through that real quick. No, it was a kiss. That was a kiss in the jail cell. Looking at page 30 there. But still, this felt a little, you know, for one thing, they got to be a little closer to each other due to, like, not having bars between them. Like, it's almost, like, explicitly, like, this panel on 29, like, feels like it's almost sex. It's not, you know, of course, nothing actually happens there. But, like, there's a lot more, like, sensuality there than we saw in that previous prison kiss. So, you know, they don't go anywhere because Yona's, like, not ready for that yet. But, like, that's definitely a thing that's happened now. That's a part of their relationship that can't be taken back anymore. Or maybe it can, due to just the fact that, like, Hak was sort of in this, you know, stupor the whole time. But this does feel like a definitive step forward in their relationship in a really good way. I'm here for it. This was a great chapter. I fucking loved it. You know, HakYona fans eating good tonight. But yeah, what else is there? There's still other stuff here. You know, more of Suwon kind of realizing, you know, it's like we have the opening scene sort of continues a little bit of Suwon's development we've seen throughout this fight. The whole, you know, I really fucked up by abandoning HakYona. The HakYona, the dragons, the faith of Koka, all those things that I abandoned are continually, over and over again, the things that save me. And I'm you know, especially if the Senjutsu saves Suwon, I'm really excited to see where Suwon's story goes from here. Because that's a massive change in who he was for most of the series, as he realizes how badly he fucked up. Then we have the dragon scene, which is real cute. You know, some funny gags there, but not a whole lot to say about it. Then we get Jungi again, which is fun, even if I prefer Lily, because I just felt Lily was always more of a character than her father was. But he's there, he's being nice, and it's really just, that scene is really just there to, like, you know, clear the stage for that Hak scene. And that Hak scene is just top tier. From, like, Yona's desperate reaching out to Hak to, like, try to save him from his own nightmares. You know, the reaching up to, like, hold his ears down as, like, he falls over her in the hug. The whole bit in the shed, you know, as he grabs onto her again and then, like, slowly building up towards the kiss. As they just sit there for a while, and, like, it gets heavier and heavier there. And, you know, we can't go too fast, I guess. Which is why Yona has to, like, let her noble sensibilities get in the way from them taking that step. But it's still just good. It's just a good stuff all around. The HakYona vibes are explicit this chapter, or exquisite this chapter. They're not quite explicit, but they're getting there. They are getting there. Damn, it's just top tier. This is just top tier Yona. Not any, like, there's not a whole lot of the sort of themes going on here, and we still don't find out if Kaji's dead or not. But as far as that romantic drama goes, that's all. That's some top tier shit this chapter. So yeah, good fucking shit this month, or this 2-week period. You know what I mean. But with that said, I'm gonna leave this video off here. Hope you'll enjoy the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!